Say hello to the Fire King. The live event is going to happen real soon, and here's what's gonna happen. The Fire King has escaped. There are pictures everywhere of the Fire King. It is confirmed that it is a Fire King. And ladies and gentlemen, what is actually happening? We're almost positive we have the entire storyline. The Fire King is gone. He has escaped, and he is going to create a crazy live event. There are crazy new updates after the Fire King has escaped. There are brand new plot developments.
Now he is out into the real Fortnite world, and he is out on a mission to restore balance.
So the thing about this is that we know exactly where the Fire King is. A lot of people aren't aware of this, and they aren't kind of figuring it out. But in reality, the answer is right there, and we know exactly where the Fire King is. Now, during this video, we're pretty sure we're going to be able to find the Fire King somewhere. Before we explain exactly what's going to happen for the rest of the storyline, open up the map, and I want you to look at the top left corner. Do you notice that the ice and snow...
What makes this so interesting is that this is the farthest away from Polar Peak.
Yeah, so the weird thing about this, obviously, since it's as far away as possible, you would think that the Fire King would start melting the map right here. But we have the entire answer. We're 99.9% sure that this is the answer. But guys, what we want to do right now, we want to go over to the dragon eggs. I don't know where they are, actually. Hold on, let me find the dragon eggs, because there are huge developments relating to the dragon eggs. Now, we said it in the other video that the dragons inside of the eggs are obviously going to be used to breathe fire and melt the Fortnite map. But we have new developments. Obviously, if the map is already melting, why are there dragon eggs? We're about to mention this, but before we actually mention it, what we want to do, we want to hop on over to this area. We're going to try finding the Fire King wherever he's hiding. So we're at a melted part of the map right now, and this has to be where the Fire King is right now, because this is the only part. Why this area? Out of everywhere in the map, literally, it could have been Tilted Towers. It could have been the direct middle of the map. It even could have been Polar Peak. It should have been Polar Peak, because that is where the Fire King came out of the iceberg, but it's not. And the reason it's not is because of the Ice King. We all know about the live event that happened. The Ice King disappeared after the live event.
Think of it like this. If he started melting the map over at Polar Peak, the Ice King would probably see him and would probably try to recontain him and freeze him once again.
Yeah, so you have to keep in mind that the Fire King and the Ice King, they don't like each other. And eventually the Ice King, wherever he is right now, the person who froze the map completely, he's going to see that the Fire King, the person he trapped inside of the iceberg, he escaped. If he was melting the map right where he escaped, the Ice King would find him, freeze him up again. But since he is right here, the Ice King has no idea. He's slowly melting the map. And what's actually going to happen after we publish this video, you are going to notice that more of the map keeps melting. Now, unfortunately, this leaves me with bad news. The entire fact that the Fire King goes to the other side of the map to start melting it shows that there is some fear. The Fire King is scared of the Ice King, and the exact reason for this is because the Ice King has more power than the Fire King, and the reason for this is because of the cube. For everyone not aware, during the live event where the Ice King made the entire map snow, the Ice King was holding the cube. He had the power of it, which means that the Ice King is super powerful. This is terrible news, because obviously a lot of us want the snow on the map to melt, but if the Fire King is scared of the Ice King and the Ice King has more power, as soon as the Ice King finds the Fire King, it's going to end bad. Even when the Fire King keeps melting the map, as soon as the Ice King finds out about this and finds the Fire King, the map is just going to be frozen again. But guys, this is where the dragon eggs come in. The dragon eggs are going to save the day. Obviously, right now, you're probably wondering, why are there dragon eggs in the game when the Fire King can already melt the map without them? It's all going to make sense in a little bit. You don't want to miss this. We're almost positive it's going to get to a point where the Ice King comes back. He fights the Fire King, and he freezes the map again. It's obviously only the end of January, so it doesn't make sense that the map is already melting.
So of course the Fire King, if you have seen the skin itself already, there are multiple different stages of the Fire King. There's a stage 1 where he's completely shackled up. There's literally a lock over his head and he can barely see it. However, as time progresses, when you get the skin itself, you'll understand that the more levels you get and the more XP you get, the more the skin is going to look like his actual self. And at the final stage, Mr. Top 5, do you know what it is?
The final stage of the Fire King is where all of the shackles, all of obviously the locked up stuff is off, and that is where he is going to have enough power to fight the Ice King wherever he is. And in order for the Fire King and the Ice King to fight, there's gonna be more of an issue, right? So obviously the map is melting right now. It shouldn't be melting this early because it's only January still. So it's pretty clear to say that the Ice King is probably going to freeze the map again. They're gonna get in huge drama.
And they're gonna fight over the dominance for the map. As you remember, fire and ice are complete opposites. And as you remember, the tagline for the Fire King is restoring balance. So they're gonna fight over the map. And for the Fire King to finally fix the map and melt it back to its former glory, the Fire King is gonna need some help. And Mr. Top 5, do you know what that help is?
Shadical, the help is the dragon eggs. Let's go. The dragon eggs in Fortnite have been around for a pretty long time, definitely over a month. And finally, now they are starting to have meaning. In some of my other videos, I've explained exactly what the dragon eggs are going to do. I said that the eggs are going to hatch, dragons are going to come out, and the dragons are going to breathe fire in order to melt the map. However, the only thing is that this actually doesn't make sense because the Fire King is out and the Fire King is melting the map. So ladies and gentlemen, Shadical and I are about to explain exactly what is going on because our theory still stands. There is 100% a reason for the map melting without the dragon eggs even hatching. As you guys all know, the Ice King, after the live event, he is completely gone. He is nowhere to be found, and that is directly related to the dragon eggs, the Fire King, the map melting, and what is going to happen for the rest of Season 7. It is all going to make sense why the dragon eggs haven't hatched yet, why they aren't breathing fire yet. Let's get into it. Shadical, we're standing right next to the dragon eggs right now, and obviously I said in the other video that the dragon eggs are going to melt the map. The map is already getting melted, and there is no help from the dragon eggs because there's still 5 of them. The Fire King never took one of the eggs while escaping. Obviously, I already mentioned that the Ice King is going to come out of nowhere, and notice that the map is melting. He's going to refreeze it. What do these dragon eggs mean?
All right, so it took us a little bit to figure this out. It made no sense that he wouldn't take one originally, but then we figured out. So the reason these eggs haven't been used yet is because the Fire King doesn't need them yet. He can melt the entire map back to the way it was on his own because he's literally the ruler of magma and fire.
Wait, so why are the dragon eggs here, Shadical?
They're here for emergencies, dude. I mean, think of it like this. I mean, you wouldn't want to summon a mythological beast for no reason. And
right,
as it seems, the Fire King looks like he already has things under control after he takes off all the shackles and he returns to his former glory, dude. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna melt the map little by little, and he's probably gonna have to fight the Ice King.
This emergency you just mentioned leads us to 2 very possible theories. We don't actually know which one is true, so we are going to mention both of them. Obviously, the first one, the Ice King is too powerful. He's going to melt the map again. The Fire King can't do anything on his own to keep on melting the map, so he's going to use the dragon eggs to melt the map. The dragons are going to breathe fire and outpower the Ice King, but that might not be true, Shadical. There is also another very possible theory. You guys don't want to miss this because we actually thought about something that nobody else has thought about. Obviously, throughout this entire season, we've thought that the Fire King is on our side and the Ice King is on the other side, but in the end of the day, we don't know which side contains the dragon eggs. It might actually not be the Fire King. We have some evidence behind this. We're pretty sure at this point that it's the Ice King. We're about to explain why. Watch this.
It's never been confirmed that these dragons are actually on our side, guys. Like, think of it like this. These are, like, they're pretty blue looking eggs. So what if they were actually ice dragons? What if they were the Ice King's minions and they were here, once again, only for emergencies unless the Ice King really needed them? Since the Ice King is powerful enough, he's literally covered the entire map. Now that he sees the ice is melting, he might try to summon them up.
It's obviously not confirmed or not if it's the Ice King's eggs, but either way, these eggs are going to be used by either the Fire King or the Ice King. And guys, the fight between the Ice King and the Fire King together, it's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be a huge clash. And Shadical, what is it going to cause?
Honestly, when you have forces this great, when you have literally all the ice and snow and all the heat and magma, you're probably going to see some kind of change in the map, like a major one. I'm not just talking about, you know, a new location or something. I'm I'm talking about a crazy live event of an earthquake. And guys, we're not just saying that, we have actual proof of this. And there's already proof all over Twitter of people talking about an earthquake live event happening in Fortnite.
And this is all leading up to Season 8, which Shadical already has the theme for.
So guys, the theme itself, it's very possible since it's spring, things are going to be melting. So obviously the prisoner here is fire. The theme itself is going to be fire and ice. And the reason I say that is because obviously the ice has to melt. And the only way ice melts the fastest is with fire and heat. Obviously the Fire King and the Ice King are going to be fighting. That's going to start in Season 8. What the Fire King is doing right now, he's getting ready. He's taking off all his shackles. That's going to take a little bit.
Fire versus ice is going to cause a huge conflict, causing all of the live events, crazy Season 8 plot points, earthquakes, and more. At the end of the day, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen, but this is going to be insane. Subscribe for more updates as soon as they come out.